Every brand has to start somewhere. And when you look up and down the UK high street and you see all these kind of big names everywhere, it's easy to forget that behind every single one of them, there's a business with humble beginnings, an entrepreneur that started out small, perhaps. And I was looking around, I found a couple of these kind of examples, and even when you look at something like Kentucky Fried Chicken, next time you see a KFC, look at that smiling Colonel Sanders. And this is a guy, right, who attempted an astonishing amount of different professions and enterprises before he struck it lucky, okay? He was a farmer, a steamboat pilot, a tomato canner, an insurance salesman, railroad fireman, and a mule handler in Cuba, okay? All of which he was spectacularly unsuccessful at, and none of which he held down for a very long time at all. In fact, his future brother-in-law, just before he was about to marry his wife, apparently wrote to him and said that he had no business marrying, that she had no business marrying a no-good fellow like you who can't hold down a job. And the second one I wanted to mention is Disney. Walt was told as a teenager that he lacked imagination and had no good ideas at all. A statement which in true entrepreneurial form he totally ignored, and founded his first cartoon studio when he was 22, promptly went bankrupt, and went to Los Angeles in the hope of starting an acting career with a suitcase, because all he had left was 2 pairs of underpants, 2 pairs of socks, and some drawing material in his suitcase. I think his wardrobe probably had affected his chances of an acting career, and he ditched that and started Disney. But more and more we see now that some of the world's biggest companies start from university as well. I mean, companies like, we'll know that Google, Facebook started from university campuses. And that's why I believe that it's really important that Lloyds TSB are running this competition, because it's the only one of its kind and scale in the UK. It's the only one to specifically celebrate university and graduate entrepreneurship at the scale in the way that it does. And I think, personally, that university is in many ways one of the best places to develop a business idea. It's a small idea, it's a small sort of territory area in terms of geography, population. It allows you to kind of easily saturate and test an idea, perhaps before rolling it out to a wider audience. It's a melting pot of talents and skills. Everything you need to start your business is actually right there. And there are expensive business resources that you can get for free, like market research. Now, Lloyds TSB obviously recognised the potential of our graduates and undergraduates to develop the next Facebook and Googles. And that's why I was pleased to ask to judge this awards for the second time running. Because my company, Glasses Direct, was founded in my last term at uni. I was doing English at the University of West of England. And I can associate with every single one of the companies that's here, because I was in the same position. And my own business focused on one of the few remaining retail categories yet to flip across onto the web. In common with other e-tailers, we offered principally value, range, service, delivery in prescription glasses and sunglasses online. In the early days, my office was basically my parents' living room. My mum and dad were the staff canteen, doing bacon rolls. And through my sister, we actually laid cables up the stairs and threw my sister out of her room in order to make room for a new office. Cheaper rent, no rates, it was great. And I was kind of marketing, customer service, fulfillment, all in one at one point, handing out flyers on trains in Bristol and getting chased off by the ticket conductor. And now we're 9 years on. We're a venture capital-backed business. We're one of the largest online in our industry. We ship about 2,000 packages a day around Europe, and we have a staff of about 150, including a full professional management team who are just doing a fantastic job of building the business and maintaining our position as the largest prescription glasses online retailer in Europe. But during the journey, it's been a steep learning curve, and I just wanted to pull out 3 kind of important lessons that I've learned over the way. The first is never forget who your boss is, and that is your customer. It's no one else. It's your customer, and we often put the customer in a seat in meetings and ask ourselves, what would the customer say about this particular decision? The power of word of mouth we learned very early on and still do is stronger than any marketing channel you could pay for. and it's something we've always tried to sort of cultivate, whether it's giving people, say, a coating that they didn't necessarily order to surprise them, or, you know, at one point we had little eyeball gobstoppers in our packages that when they opened, they got a little bit of a surprise. And it's also giving our customer service agents the flexibility to be able to, you know, offer extensions to money-back guarantees and just generally, you know, help customers through the process and make them go, wow. We get great reviews, we get good reviews, and that's the kind of the great thing from, I suppose, you know, my perspective as founder is getting those little, you know, thank you letters, those little forwarded email chains. One of them I thought was quite interesting. It's probably the worst one we've had. It started off like this. The customer described our glasses as like looking through a swirling vortex on a roundabout. I don't know quite what that, but basically what he was describing was, I think, the fact that the glasses were completely blurry. And I think for every bad situation as well as the good ones, you know, we try to turn it around, turn it into a really positive experience. And for him, we were able to do that. And the email chain ended up with, you know, him saying, to cut a long story short, I look awesome in them naturally. And he also said, you don't have to be on a galloping horse wearing a blindfold to see the benefit of Glasses Direct. So he was, you know, good human about it. And I think, you know, we've often sent people flowers and stuff like that. So just having a little bit of flexibility. Second one is getting a great team around you from day one. And I was perhaps a little bit late to do this, and it's just always really helped me, whether that's, you know, advisors, angels, venture capitalists that you that you think can add value. Good, great team, obviously. You know, it's just great, and it's really helped to grow our business as soon as I was able to kind of build a structure around it. And the third is never stop innovating in our product. You know, I think glasses is you could sell it like a commodity online. We've always tried to take it a step further. We have two ways that you can try on glasses. One is a virtual mirror. So we developed the first, I think, fully commercialized as an integrated into a shopping funnel online virtual mirror, so people could upload a picture of themselves and sort of see the glasses on their face. And we are now developing and actually have a prototype of a 3D model. So you look at yourself in the middle, and you can actually, you know, turn your head and zoom in and out and put different glasses on. And where I'd like to see that go, for instance, is to allow people to take pictures of their different glasses, you know, email them out to maybe 5 of their friends, 4 of our opticians, 2 stylists, maybe a celebrity if they pay a bit more, you know, a group of the public that, you know, and everyone can put them in order and say, you know, here's Jamie in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can aggregate those results and then turn them back to people so that they can see, you know, and perhaps weight it, so they could, you know, do their own algorithms by saying the opticians are more important to me than the public are, you know, so then it reorders it. And you know what, that's the interesting and creative thing about being an entrepreneur when you're, you know, 5, 10 years down the line, I think, is continually innovating. Now, we've still got a long way to go, but I think getting to this stage of an award like this, in some cases winning, but just getting to this stage of the award is an amazing thing. And we did the same. The Lloyds TSB awards Enterprise Awards weren't available when I was starting up, but there were others. So I had some experience, and from my own experience, it really allowed me to, you know, our business to gain a lot of credibility from associating with a big blue chip brand. And I think, you know, you'll obviously have that in spades with Lloyds, and that kind of helped us win supply arrangements. It gave us credibility in the industry. It also increased our prospects of funding, because investors know that a panel of judges have done, you know, their own due diligence to an extent on your businesses and given it the thumbs up. I think it makes your story more interesting to journalists who might want to write about you. And it becomes a sort of feature of the legend of your company. You know, in 5, 10 years down the line, people will be talking about your companies, and they will refer to the Lloyds TSB Enterprise Awards and you having been a winner or a finalist of it. And lastly, you know, I think obviously the Lloyds TSB Awards is incredibly significant in terms of the package of mentoring, support, and of course the funds you're getting. You know, it's by far and away, I think, the largest of its kind that's available to this stage of business. So I think it only remains for me to say to all the finalists, best of luck, and make the most of the prizes and your time here. Thank you.